Hey, this is Willie on part 3 of my Vlookup videos. It's really about data cleaning. There's a lot of stuff going on here more than just Vlookup, but when last we built this page out, we have a transactional data over here. We've created summary data here to show the sum of people's donations and some other information. This data information came from both this sheet and this sheet. When last we were here, we moved the ID over so that we were able to look up all these values more easily. Our last piece here is actually going to be two things we're going to fix here. One is we're going to make a company donations with the idea, at least the made-up idea, that all these companies are going to be matching all the gifts of their employees. So we're going to make that. But before we do that, I want to notice something is that we've made this table, and it's not actually, if I was to present this to somebody, it's actually not correct. It's not complete. There are people over here that are not in this table. Now, when we started this, we were looking things up by first name, and these first names were just hard-coded here, which is not the best way to do it. What I want to do is actually, if I'm going to back up here, I'm going to make this table more useful. I'm going to make it accurate to this date over here. So instead of this, what I'm going to do is delete these, which feels wrong because everything goes into errors, but we're going to fix it. And I'm going to use the unique function. And I'm going to just say, we'll grab all the names that are unique in that series. Matter of fact, while I'm here, I might as well wrap that in a sort and put it alphabetically, make it easier to find. So now a couple limitations that occur here is that it's going to show name and zero. Zero is blanks, name is the header. I'm not going to fix that here in this video. There are ways to get around this, whether using tables and some other things, but I'm just going to keep this simple. Now we have a great list, but the data doesn't match up with it. So we're going to do our little, go down to our bottom formula, drag that down to get our IDs. Click over here, drag this down, and we even do the double click, which I always like. Now, excuse me, these values here are not editable. I can't delete name. If I hit delete, it's just going to come back because the function is generating. You can see this box around it. So I can't actually delete these. Again, if I really wanted to, like for final publishing, I could copy this data, Control C, right click and paste values only. So that's going to take away the formula and just paste the values that are there. Now we've done what's kind of called flattening the data. Now I can go down here and delete name and delete zero. So that looks a lot better. We're going to do the same thing over here with company because we want a list of all the companies. There's none here. So I'm going to put sort, unique, and I could pull the companies from here in K, but I'm going to pull it from over here with the idea that this is presumably my database of companies and whatever. So I'm going to go here, close my parentheses, and you can see I get the same thing here. Now we do get this random company here. I could fix that in the same way I did before. I'm not going to in this case. Now, you would think that we have the similar problem of how to get the donations here. Notice the company is to the right of the data, but excuse me, we're not going to use Vlookup because Vlookup is a dictionary. We're not looking up a dictionary value. We're summing values that are over in this table. So we can actually, this works out just fine. We can say sum if, so what range am I looking at? I'm going to look in column K. What criteria am I searching for? Adobe. And what range am I going to add together? So if it finds Adobe, what column should it sum together? Because it's not going to add the names together. It's going to add the donations. Give a couple, one parenthesis for that. 200. Double click. And we get our total donations. I think I'm going to, well, let's see, we'll stop there. I think we could maybe from this stop, if I was to present this to somebody, I would do a little cleanup, maybe get rid of this company. If I wanted to do some conditional formatting, maybe I'll finish with that, is if I want to highlight donations that are, let's say, above $1,000. Let's see, are there many? Let's say 900 just for fun. I can go to data. Oh, and actually I can go here on the home tab, conditional formatting, highlight cells, greater than. It usually picks the average, I think, but I'm going to say, let's say 900. and I want that to be. You could do some additional formatting by going to custom format down here, but you can also just pick from the defaults. You can see that donation is highlighted, which conditional formatting can be a little dumb about those things. If I don't want that, if I want that fixed, I'm going to go to manage rules, and I can edit the one that I just made. Edit. And so what I'm going to do, what I might do is just say, excuse me, I2 to I2 to I1000. So then it's skipping the first value. So some conditional formatting. It's more complicated to say like highlight the whole row. That is something I can show you, but that's not for now. And a couple other things that I think is good to finish off here. Let's make this look like money. Let's make this look like money. Years, emails, everything else looks good. So anyway, that's it for this series. Hopefully that was helpful. I think it's a good exercise in both data cleaning, VLOOKUP, and SUMIF. Thanks.